Yo, you having a hard time selling t-shirts on Instagram? Let me try to help you out.
Fat Man Scoop, Brooklyn Clan. What's up, y'all? This is Fat Man Scoop. And right now, you watching the sensei, the #1, the king, my dude, Big Brando. He taught me, personally, me, Fat Man Scoop. All you gotta do is keep your mouth closed and your ears open. Listen to the man talk. That's knowledge personified right there. And I wouldn't trust nobody else but my dude, Big Brando. And I said it. Fat Man Scoop, Big Brando. Let's go!
What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and today let's talk about selling t-shirts on Instagram. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I post my Instagram selling strategy all over YouTube, all over Instagram, all over TikTok. This is something that I've been doing for years, and I still do till this day. But as everybody knows, technology evolves, these apps change, and we as the business owners have to adapt. So I want to talk about some of the new strategies that I've been using, and also touch base on the old strategy that still works for me till this day, and kind of make an updated version of this video because you've seen this video on my page before. Now, let me start by saying, I'm not a professional. I didn't go to school to learn how to sell t-shirts. I don't have some crazy marketing degree or branding degree or advertising degree or any of that. I didn't go to college whatsoever. Everything that I've learned how to do is done through experience. I've tried a bunch of different strategies, and this is the one that's worked for myself, and that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. If I've seen a little bit of success in this, I'm gonna share it with you guys so you guys can do the same. Now, the second thing I wanna say is this isn't the only way to do things. This is not the only way to sell t-shirts on Instagram. This isn't the only social media marketing strategy out there. This is just what works for me. This is what I found to work for myself, and this is why I operate this way. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. First things first, you need to have a business page. Now, I'm not talking about a business Instagram page. I'm just talking about an Instagram page with your business's name on it. The reason I say that is because a lot of people post business related stuff on their personal page. And because their personal page might have a bigger following, that's why they want to do that. But all you're doing is creating business and brand confusion between you and your customers. So I like to keep things separate. I like to keep a personal page separate, that's where I post family stuff. That's where I just post personal related things. And then my business page or my brand's pages, I keep those separate from everything. Now, the reason being is because when I want to sell something to a customer or a new potential customer, I want them to come to my page and only see business and brand related stuff only. The customer doesn't need to see the spaghetti that I ate on Saturday. They don't need to see that I had a flat tire on Tuesday. They don't need to see that it was my dog's birthday. They don't need to see what concert I went to. They don't need to see my family's Christmas photos. If a potential customer is coming to my page, I want them to see only business related things. Hopefully that makes sense to somebody out there. So first things first, don't post business related stuff on your personal page, or don't post personal stuff on your business's page. Keep those two things separate. Next thing is, on your business's page, don't make it private. The idea is for people to find you in your business. If your page is private, they're not gonna find you. So make sure your page is open to the public so everybody can find you, everybody can see you. Now, after you have all that done, you have your business page, it's open to the public, it's not private. Now, what do you post? A lot of people, first thing they do is they just wanna lay t-shirts flat on a bed, flat on a table, flat on the floor, and take a picture and post it and say, here's this t-shirt that I just made. And then they do it again and again and again and again. Now you have 15 to 20 pictures of the same exact thing. Repetition is bad in this sense because the customer does not want to see just the same exact picture every single time. That gets boring, they get numb to it, they start to ignore those types of posts. Instead, what I think people should be doing is using their social media to tell their brand story, to tell the business's story. This is very important to myself and very important to the customer. It's like a lot of people put all this thought into like a brand name or into their business's logo. They're like, man, I want my brand name to mean this because I believe in this, this, and this. I want my logo to look like this because it incorporates this and this. All of that thought process should be put onto your social media's page. Why did you choose that brand name? Why does the logo look like this? What does it mean to you? This is your chance to brag about your business and your brand, what you created. So use your social media to tell your brand story. If I had a brand that was all about pizza, that's all you would see on my page. Different pizza places, my favorite pizza places, pizza related t-shirts, pizza related memes. If you clicked on my page and my thing was pizza lovers clothing brand, you would know that's what you're gonna find on my page. Pizza related stuff. Now, if I just posted a t-shirt with a pizza design 50 times, people's not gonna care about that. But if they come to my page and find out this new pizza place or my favorite toppings or my favorite pizza spot, my favorite late night pizza spot, now they're getting pizza related information. It's driving in other pizza lovers like yourself, and that's your target audience. Those are potential customers. These are the people that are gonna be buying your t-shirts. So if a pizza lover clicks on your page and they see a bunch of different pizza related stuff and pizza related t-shirts, your t-shirts are now in the face of a potential customer, somebody that relates to your brand, and that's what you want. Same exact thing. If you had some inspirational quotes or positive influential brand or whatever it is, then that's what should be posted on your page. Your t-shirts, your designs. There should be nothing negative on there. If it's all about positivity, it should always be about positivity, because this is what your target audience is into. It's always better to know who your target audience is, so then that way you can cater to them. People always want to start these uplifting, influential type brands, but then they don't know who their target audience is. When I ask them who their target audience is, they're like, oh, you know, I want to uplift the people. And that's cool, but who do you want to uplift? Why should somebody buy your t-shirt to be uplifted by you? This is your chance as the brand owner to tell your story on your social media. That's something that you as the business owner have to figure out who you want to sell to. Who's your target audience? You got to do the research and find that part out. You can't just ask, hey, who should I sell shirts to? I don't know. You need to be able to understand who you want to sell to, who you're going to be designing for. That just makes the sale that much easier for you. So now that you know what to post, you got your page, it's not private no more. How do you get the people to come check you out? Now, one of the newest strategies that I've been using, like I said, we have to adapt. Whenever these social media apps start to change, we have to adapt with the times. One of them is Instagram Reels. If you watch my TikTok video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So with Instagram Reels, this is where the reach comes from. If you just post something on your timeline like a regular picture, just a regular post, your following is the only people that's gonna see it. And they're not even gonna see it in chronological order. They're just gonna see that post randomly. But when you post a reel, this is what gets thrown out to the people. This is what the masses see. This is how videos go viral. This is where the attention is at. So I like to use Instagram Reels now. If you looked at my Big Brando TV Instagram page, you'll notice that majority of what I post is on Reels, because that's where the reach is. That's where it's going to the people's For You pages. That's what people are actually just scrolling through and watching. This is how people are starting to find you. So as a brand owner, business owner, you should be tapping into Reels too. So I've been doing it. I've been testing it out. I've been on TikTok. I've been on Instagram Reels. I've been on YouTube Shorts. And I've been doing the same exact thing where all I'm posting is myself creating t-shirts. The reason I do this is because when you teach somebody how to do something on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, it boosts it up and it sends it out to more people. So it's like a tutorial, tips and tricks, some kind of hack. A lot of times what I'm doing is I'm pressing up a t-shirt. I really want to promote the t-shirt that I'm creating. So what I do is I show myself creating the t-shirt. Here's the heat press I'm using. Here's the transfers I'm using. Here's the blank t-shirt I'm using. I'm pressing it at this degrees for this long. This is the finished product. The reason I do that is because I know that Instagram or TikTok or YouTube is gonna push this out because I'm teaching people how to make shirts. But in the back of my brain, the only reason I'm posting that is because I wanna promote that t-shirt. I know that that t-shirt needs to be seen by a bunch of people. The way to get it out to the people is by teaching them how to do something. Even if the person watching the video didn't wanna learn how to make t-shirts, they're now seeing this t-shirt. The reason I talk about this is I tested this thing out with my West Side shirt. I never launched that West Side shirt, and this is the shirt I'm talking about. 4 fingers up, 2 twisted in the middle. The front says West Side, right? I've never officially launched that shirt. I've only tested selling this shirt by doing what I'm talking about, showing me making this shirt in my shop. That's how I'm getting sales. So people are starting to see that video of Even if they don't want to make shirts, but they're seeing the finished product, they're seeing that West Side shirt. If they're from the West Side of anything, they're gonna relate to that t-shirt. And the way that I got it out to the people is just showing what I'm doing, explaining the process. So it sends me out into a different algorithm, I guess that's what they're calling it, and more people are seeing it than just my following. I could have a very small following, but I could get 100,000 views on this video because I'm showing people how to make the shirt. So that's how I sold this shirt. This is the proof is in the pudding. I've never officially launched this shirt at all. This is a Big Brando t-shirt, West Side on the front, 4 fingers up, 2 twisted in the middle. If you know what that is, chances are you're from the West Side of something, and this t-shirt would relate to you. So the only way I've been promoting that shirt is showing me making that shirt, or I'm pressing up other shirts and I'm wearing the shirt. I'm using their tactics on how they roll videos out and how they push it out to the people in my favor, if that makes any sense. So now some complete stranger who knows nothing about me, doesn't even care about making shirts, that's from the West Side of, I don't know, Oregon, they're now seeing my shirt and they're like, oh damn man, that's a cool shirt. And if they're interested in it, then they click the link in my bio and they order it. That's the only way I've been selling that t-shirt, and it's been working for me. So I would say don't focus on your following. Don't focus on trying to get followers. Don't do that follow for follow stuff. Don't do any of that. Followers doesn't matter when you're posting reels or TikToks or YouTube shorts, because like I said, the content just gets pushed out to the masses, not to your following. Your following will see it, but the people will see it. People scrolling TikTok, people scrolling Instagram reels. That's where it's gonna land on that page. So that's something new that I've been doing. It's been working for myself, and that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. Next thing I'm gonna talk about is my regular strategy that I've been using for years now, and that's utilizing hashtags, locations. This is something that's always worked for me. It still works till this day. And basically what it is, like I said, if I had a pizza brand, I'm gonna click on the hashtag pizza. Millions and millions and millions of posts are gonna pop up of people posting pictures of their pizza, posting pictures of their favorite pizza spots. This is where the pizza lovers live. If they're using the hashtag pizza, obviously they posted about pizza, they have an interest in pizza. This is your target audience. So what I do is I click on the hashtag pizza. All of those pictures will pop up. I'll click on any random one. I'll click on that person's profile, and then I'll just comment randomly on any other picture outside of the pizza post. I found them through the pizza post, but let's say they got a new car and I hit them up and I just comment something like, hey, what year is that car? Or is that a stock color on your car? I really like your car, planning on modifying it. Anything. I ask any random question. I don't even care what color car it is or what kind of car it is or what they do to the car. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm on Pizza Lover Clothing page, right? That's my page, Pizza Lovers Clothing. I know they have an interest in pizza because they posted about their pizza and they hashtag pizza. I know that this person loves pizza and they would potentially love my t-shirts. So bingo, talk about their car. They answer back and they say, oh yeah, you know, it's a 2023, blah, blah, blah. This is a stock colorway. I'm planning on lowering it, putting some rims on it, blah, blah, blah. Now we're having this exchange, we're having this conversation. Curiosity is gonna get the best of them and they're gonna say, who the hell is Pizza Lovers Clothing? Why are they asking about my car? Do I know this person? We've all done it. Somebody likes a picture that we don't know, or somebody comments on our page that we don't know. We click on their name just to see that little picture to see if we know this person. Same thing goes for them. We're talking about their car. They click on Pizza Lover Clothing and they see my t-shirts, my pizza posts. I know that they like pizza because that's me doing my homework. I clicked on that hashtag. I found them through the pizza post. They're gonna look at my pizza related t-shirts. Now it's up to them to look at your designs and be like, oh damn, this is cool. I actually like this. They click the link in the bio, they end up ordering the t-shirt. This is how I run all of my brands. I've showed it with the Churro Squad, I've showed it with Leftovers. The proof is there. I've been doing this for years. It's all over my YouTube page. I've been documenting this. I have playlists talking about this strategy, showing you how it works. And it's just the business owner or the brand owner doing their research on the target audience that they want to sell to. If I have a lowrider brand, obviously I'm gonna click on lowrider related hashtags, because chances are somebody that's posting about lowriders either owns a lowrider or has an interest in lowriders. And then I can narrow it down. I could talk about Cadillacs and Impalas. I could talk about bombs. I could talk about Daytons, people using fake Daytons, using real Daytons. The list is limitless when you understand who you want to sell to, right? So if I'm talking about lowriders and I make lowrider themed shirts or lowrider related shirts, and I want to get my shirts in the faces of lowrider owners, most guys that own lowriders are posting about their cars. Click on the hashtag, find their car, find what they're posting about, and just start talking to them. You don't have to go in there and say, hey, buy my shirts, or you don't need to go in there and be like, hey, I got a shirt that's made for you, or you should check out my shirts. No, you don't got to sell them on nothing. Curiosity will do the selling for you. I'm on my lowrider page. I got lowrider related content on there. They see my lowrider related t-shirts on there. I found them through a lowrider post, but let's say I'm commenting on their dog's post. Maybe they got a cool French bulldog and I'm like, hey, what color is that dog? How old is your dog? Whatever, I'm just asking a random question. They respond back with, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. They notice, hey, do I know this person? They click on my name. Then they see my lowrider content, my lowrider t-shirts. I know that they like lowriders. I know they own a lowrider, because that's how I found them. Now I have a potential customer looking at my t-shirts, at my page, at my content organically. It just happens. Curiosity gets the best of everybody. This is how I run my brands. This is how I use Instagram to make all of my sales. And it's worked over the years without paying a dime for advertising, without paying a dime to run ads or boost my posts or any of that stuff. I just put in the finger work, getting on my phone, clicking on the hashtags, and creating engagement with potential customers. If you want to see more on how this works, I have playlists that are already made. Back to Basics talks about this. Starting from Scratch talks about this and shows this. The playlists are there for you guys to learn more and understand exactly what I'm talking about. And like I said, this isn't the only way to do this. But for myself, this is where I see all of my profits, all of my success is from these strategies. And does this work for everybody? No. There's people that try it out and it doesn't work. There's a lot of people that try it and it does work for them. But it's worth the shot, and it's a numbers game. The more you do, the more people you hit up, the better chances you have of them seeing your stuff. And you could be using the bathroom. I say this all the time. You could be taking a dump. You're already on your phone searching and looking at stuff. Might as well use that time to try to engage with some customers. Click on that popular hashtag of whatever your brand is related around. Go in there and just start targeting people. Start creating engagement. Start commenting. Start talking to them. And that's it. Hopefully this information right here helps you guys out. I hope it rings a bell in somebody's head. Just to recap, you want to be able to create a business page. Do not post personal stuff on your business page. You want that page to be open to the public and not private. You want to tell your brand story. You want to be able to talk about your brand and show things about your brand or your business. Make sure you get your brand's DNA integrated into that page so people understand and know what it's all about. Utilize Instagram Reels. This is where you're gonna find a big reach to get to the people. And when I say doing that, get creative with your posts. Don't just do a picture of your shirt on somebody. Like I said, try to get creative. The way I got creative was showing people how to create the shirt. The idea isn't just to teach people how to make the shirt. The idea is to promote the shirt that I'm creating. I want people to see that design so then that way they can buy it from me. So think outside of the box and try to get creative with this thing. Remember, utilize Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all of that stuff. Right now it's a free-for-all. Videos are going viral just cause. Get in while the getting's good. And it's still beneficial to utilize hashtags, location, and all that stuff. That same strategy still works for me. Hasn't failed me yet. If you want to see more about that, check out the playlist on this channel. Now, if you guys got any questions, make sure you leave it in the comments. I know this was kind of a long video, but hopefully this is an updated version for the people that never heard or seen my strategy before. If you want to see it in action, check out the playlist, and it's all over my YouTube page, all right? If you got questions, leave it in the comments. It's always easier to ask your questions in the comments and not through a private message or direct message. I see the comments more, I see them quicker, and that's where I respond to the people, is in the comments. There's no question that's a dumb question. Ask them all in the comments. And follow me on Instagram, Big Brando TV. You could ask your questions there in the comments section also, all right? Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.